All right, you have a Samsung Android phone, and you're sending yourself a test app notification from the Subalert website, but it's just not showing up on your phone, or it's not playing a sound, or it's not displaying in the way you'd want it to. Then this video is for you. Quick note, if you have a different kind of Android phone that's not made by Samsung, please watch this video instead. But if you do have a Samsung, let's go through all these settings and make sure we get everything set up for you. Okay, first thing, come up here to the top right and drag down. Go to this little area, drag down another time, and come over here. Make sure you're not in do not disturb mode. It might say sleeping or driving or whatever, depending on what other mode you have set. Whatever it is, make sure it's turned off. If it's turned on, it's blocking notifications, and that's why you're not getting any. Okay, after we got that fixed up, make this go back up. If you're not having any notification sounds, make sure that notifications are turned on over here and they don't look like either of these. Make sure it looks like this, and also make sure you have some sound enabled, because if not, it's not going to play any sound. Okay, let's go back to the home screen. Next, let's open up the Subalert app. Then come over here to Settings, Notification Settings. Make sure that notifications are allowed for Subalert. Make sure that they're playing sounds and vibrations if you want. Make sure they're allowed in all these places. For notification pop-up style, you can change it to detailed, because we have book and reject buttons in the notifications we send you, and they're not going to show in the default setting. You have to change it to detailed so that they will. As far as show or hide contact when locked, you can, this is to your preference, but I would click it and always change it to show always. I mean, you might not want your text message readable from your phone when it's locked, but I would consider this probably not so sensitive private material that's worth the extra couple seconds to be able to see the details, since a lot of times every second counts when you're trying to book a job. But that's up to you. Quick side note, if you'd like to customize the notification sound that plays when you get a Subalert notification, we've got a video of how to do that right here. But for now, let's just stick to getting your notifications working again. Okay, now come back to your home screen and open up Settings. Okay, first thing, scroll down and let's go to Modes and Routines. Okay, so basically these are some modes your phone can go into, most of which turn on Do Not Disturb and thus block your notifications. So you see how none of these are set on this phone? Then we have nothing to worry about those. But the ones that are set, click on each one and make sure it's not going off at a time that you don't expect it to, like a schedule you don't expect it to, or a location you don't expect it to, or what have you. Let's click this sleep one, for example. Mine's turned off, so there's nothing to worry about. But if it was turned on, check the schedule that it involves over here to make sure it's not going off at a time that you don't expect, because when it goes off, you're not going to get any notifications. All right, next, come down here to Routines, and I don't have any, but if you did, make sure, again, go through each one of them individually and make sure there's not one set up that automatically turns on Do Not Disturb at a time that you don't expect it to. And I should mention that if you do want these modes and routines, if you get into more advanced usage of them, you can make it so that they go off and they block notifications for all apps except for Subalert. That's a little bit out of the scope of this video, but you can figure out how to do that, or ask a techie friend, or go to your carrier and have them help you with that if you like. Okay, now let's go back to Settings. Next, come down here to Sounds and Vibration, Volume. And so again, we dealt with the main volume of the phone earlier. That was this media volume, but also make sure that your notification volume is set up not to be disabled, because if it's disabled, you're not going to get any sounds. But you also can't turn off the media volume and just have your notification sounds. They interact together. If you have the media all the way turned down, you might not hear any notification sounds. And let's say you have notification sounds really high and you have media just a tiny bit, like this is still going to be super quiet. So they interact with each other. Or I should say that's at least how it works on stock Android, and I'm pretty sure that's also the way it works on Samsung Android as well. Okay, now let's go back. Okay, come down here to notifications and come over here to status bar. Okay, so I would click this on icons. That way, when there's a notification you haven't seen yet or interacted with, you can always see that it's there by seeing our icon, our app icon out here. You can always just have it be a dot or nothing at all. It's up to your preference, but I think this at least lets you know there's something there. The next one's much more important, lock screen. Unfortunately, you can only change this for all apps globally, but I would suggest moving it to cards. Otherwise, if you just have it at icons, you're just going to see a small icon whenever there's a subalert notification, as opposed to actually seeing the notification information on your lock screen, which I can see being really helpful. I mean, like that way you don't have to unlock your phone just to know whether it's a job you even want or not. Okay, next, let's go back and come down to Do Not Disturb. Again, make sure it's off. If it's on, that's why you're not receiving notifications. I'm not really sure what the difference of this sleep thing is right here as opposed to the official sleep mode. I think these are just different named schedules for when Do Not Disturb goes off, and you can add them here and here. And I don't think it's actually related. This is sleeping and the other one is sleep mode. Regardless, make sure all these schedules are off unless you really want them. And if you do really want them, just be aware. In this case, you wouldn't get any notifications from any app between 10 p.m. and 7 a.m. the next day. You can always click it and then mess around with it if you want to change that. I should say you won't get any notifications from any app except the ones that you add into this list right here. And if you really want to, you can add SubAlert to that list. Just be aware that if you do, then every single time you're going to turn on Do Not Disturb, you might still get job notifications, which might mean at 2 a.m. in the morning or when you're in an important meeting with your boss or who knows what. So be careful with that one. Okay, let's go back. And then come down here to battery. All right, first thing, come here to background usage limits and go to never auto sleeping apps, plus right here, scroll down until you get to SubAlert, click it, add it. Now it's added to the never auto sleeping apps. You can see now this is one right here. What this is if you haven't used an app for a while, then Samsung puts it into a bucket where if it gets really bad, it won't receive any notifications from that app at all and won't even tell you why and all kinds of stuff. And I guess that could be good for an app that, like, you know, it pops up in the background. It does a lot of things without you even knowing it, and it's draining your battery. So that's why they put that feature in there. But one, we don't do that. And two, what happens over summer break or winter break, or you don't work for a couple of weeks or something like that? Do you want accidentally SubAlert to go into one of these buckets and then you're not getting notifications and you don't know why? Let's just skip all that headache. Do what I just showed you how to do. Put it in never auto sleeping apps, and then you can forget about this section for the rest of your life. Next, power saving mode. Okay, I'm actually recording this on a virtual device from Samsung using their virtual device service, so it's grayed out for me, but it won't be for you. Go ahead and click it on your phone, and it should look something like this. Okay, if it's off, you got nothing to worry about, but still, like, it might turn on automatically if you get to low battery, or you might want to turn it on when it goes to low battery. You can see all the stuff it does right here, and most of that isn't going to slow down your notifications, and it should be fine if regular power saving mode goes on. I should say should be. In the Samsung documentation, they say it can slow down, or it may slow down your notifications or something like that. In stock Android and regular Android from Google that hasn't been messed with Samsung, the regular power saving mode only can slow down normal priority notifications and low priority notifications, but ones that are marked by the sender, i.e. us, SubAlert, as high priority, time sensitive, don't get slowed down by you being in low power mode, so you can feel free to do that. I can't find Samsung specific documentation saying that that's possible, but that's almost certainly the case. All right, next, scroll down on this page until you see something like this. Okay, you see this maximum power saving section? Make sure anything that's listed there is turned off. In this version of Samsung Android, it's only this limit apps and home screen section, which you most definitely want to be turned off. You will not receive any notifications if that thing is turned on. Make sure it's off so that every time you go into power saving mode, it doesn't go this far to blocking your notifications. Okay, now let's go back. Then click back again. Then scroll down until you get to apps. Click that. Scroll down until you get to SubAlert. There we are. Click it. And just to be absolutely certain we don't have any problems, this is probably not really necessary, but just to be totally certain, make sure both of these are on. That background data usage is allowed, and it's not affected by the data saver stuff. We don't actually really do background usage stuff. We just get the notification in the background. I don't think they count that, but let's just be extra safe. Let's just make sure that this is always able to do its thing. Click back. Same thing for battery. Just make it unrestricted. We use very little battery, very little background stuff in the first place. It's just to handle notifications. Let's just make sure that this isn't getting messed with by some Samsung magic. And that's it for this section. Go back again, and then digital well-being and parental controls. Okay, unfortunately, I can't show you this on this virtual Samsung device I'm recording this on, but if you click here, you should see a screen that looks very much like this. Now, I can't scroll down for you, but if you go down to this section where it says App Timers and click View All, search through all of them that you have and make sure that SubAlert isn't listed. If it is, remove it. If you set an app timer on SubAlert, that's basically saying like block SubAlert and its notifications after I've used SubAlert this many number of hours during the day. And you probably don't want that to happen. Okay, now go back to this screen, and if you keep scrolling down, you might come to a section that says bedtime mode or wind down mode or something of that nature, right? They may have removed it in most recent versions of Samsung, I'm not sure, but click it and make sure that whatever timer is involved there doesn't go off at a time that you don't expect, isn't currently going off right now, isn't currently in effect right now. And if you can and would like to, you might be able to add SubAlert as an app that can break through this wind down bedtime mode if you want. Okay, now if you did find that bedtime mode, get out of that page and come back to the page we're looking at right now, the digital well-being page. Okay, keep scrolling down and you might find a focus mode. It's going to depend on which version of Samsung you're using, but if you find it there, click it. And then you should go to a page that looks like this, or at least a stylized version of this. This is a setting where you can set a schedule for it to go off and it'll block distracting apps. Make sure, again, it's not going off at a schedule that you don't expect. Make sure that it's not turned on right now. And if it is, make sure that SubAlert isn't one of the apps specifically that focus mode is blocking. Now again, this focus mode and the previous bedtime mode may not exist on your version of Samsung. If they don't, that's okay. Just don't worry about it. Then you're good as far as those two things are concerned. All right, and with that, we're done. We've hit every single place in the settings that could possibly be affecting your app notifications. And at this point, just go back to subalert.com on the website and trigger a new test app notification, and this time it should appear on your phone exactly how you like it.